My name is Anthony Strongheart. Welcome to my channel. All culture, all religion, all information is about gaining leverage on the situation. That's what we as humans do. We gain leverage on the situation. We gain leverage in the dealing with natural elements. So when we build a house, we're trying to gain leverage in a situation where we could get hypothermia or we could get heat stroke. And so we're gaining leverage on the environment through the building of a house, the making of clothing, the grouping together as a community to build things, to grow food, to survive. And our cultures are like that too. All cultures, whether you're talking about tribal cultures, religious cultures, Christianity, Islam, Judaism, or you're talking about modern culture, atheism, science is a culture. It is, it's true. It's a cultural adoption of certain understandings and the bastardization of those understandings, as all cultures are. So scientific culture, corporate culture, hippie culture, online culture, all these human cultural creations are about gaining leverage of the environment. And that's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. The culture of how to build a house, right? How to make beams square, how to make things structurally supportive. This is all culture. Families, what kind of blue jeans are cool, how to make your commercial advertisements. Should your commercial advertisements feature hot, sexy women or unattractive people berating you? Whatever your ideas are, all of this is human created culture, and all of that human creation is about gaining leverage over the environment. Even mating, procreation, creating your offspring, getting a girlfriend, finding a husband, finding a wife, finding someone to procreate with, gathering food and resources. All of this is about gaining leverage over your environment. And all of that is not the end all be all. It's simply a way to gain leverage. And you can use it in all kinds of different ways. So an example would be a crowbar. You're dismantling a house and you're trying to pull a beam out of the wall and you have it properly supported. You can use the crowbar to pull that beam out of the framing or pull a nail out of the framing so you can loosen that beam. That is an application of a crowbar. You can also use a crowbar to get into a car that you locked your keys into. If you use a crowbar to get into a car that you locked your keys into, it's an applicable use. The problem is it might damage the car. But let's say it's not your car. Let's say it's a car you're breaking into. Oh, then you're using the crowbar to get into a car that you don't care about? Well, then it doesn't really matter all that much. But it might matter to the person whose car that is. The same thing if you're breaking into a house is a good application to use a crowbar to break into a house. It might not matter to you because it's not your house. But if it is your house, that might matter to you. So a crowbar is just a tool that helps you gain leverage. And you can use it for all kinds of different intents. So just because the crowbar is useful and it gains leverage doesn't mean that you should use it for your application. And there's lots of people telling you to use the crowbar that they want you to use, how they want you to use it, for what purposes they want you to use it, because then you don't get ahead. And they have some leverage over you. They have some control over you. And so this makes me think about all the different religions and cultures. There's something I wanted to say too about religions. The truth of God is like white light. And spirituality, connection to God, is like looking towards that white light. And religion is a prism with which you look into that light. Now, depending on what angle you hold the prism at is a different religion and a different cultural perspective. My name is Anthony Strongheart. We'll see you in the next one.